the leaky blasting media goes out the top of the cabinet a little bit. There's a couple little places that I have to put some more sealant to make it more airtight, but just thought I'd take a moment to sit down and talk about a few things historically, what's really going on here. And of course, I caveat that with my acknowledgement that there are people out there smarter than I, and of course with a modicum of respect for someone else's opinion. And I don't mean that in any bad way or any negative way towards you or to whomever will see this, but what's going on right now is that the radical left in this country has stolen this election from Donald Trump. Trump won by a landslide. He won over 400 electoral votes. The servers in Germany proved it, or at least the stories of that raid indicate as such. But I'll just lay it all out in the line for you, what I think is going to happen. As we all know, the left did everything they could to get rid of Trump. They couldn't get him on Russia. They couldn't get him on the Russiagate. They couldn't get him on anything. They even impeached him, but that didn't work. Okay, all the efforts, but that the left is, and I'm saying the hard left, these evil communist, Democrat, hardcore leftists, all their efforts are against me and you and people like us because they can't stand us. They really can't. And you need to unplug from all media, all the news. They're all in bed with each other, and they're all gangbanging a narrative. Project Veritas proved it. I've known it for 30 years, this kind of stuff. I started opening my eyes when I was down in the West Indies in 1985 and 86, in early 1987. I was on the island of St. Vincent, a very socialist-leaning, communist-leaning little small country. And I knew the prime minister, the former prime minister. He was a leftist. He converted. He became a Latter-day Saint. I was down there being a missionary way back when for the Mormon Church. And this guy, he converted. He was a sworn Marxist, and he had us over to his house many times. And, I went into one of his offices and found a bunch of communist propaganda material. And I said, hey, man, this is pretty interesting stuff. And he was embarrassed by it. And I said, no, it's fine. I have no problem with that. I like listening to Radio Moscow. I like hearing the other side of a story. And it was then, and at that time, I was listening to VOA, listening to Radio Moscow back in 1986 down in St. Vincent. And I started to form my own opinions. I started to see that the media in the United States is very corrupt, very biased, and we cannot get a fair, honest news and analysis from our own media. It just doesn't happen. And at the time, the Soviets weren't really truth-telling either, but they were, all spinning their own narratives. And today, in 2020, I can tell you with authority from experience, because I used to read Pravda and Tartas and former Soviet propaganda materials, because that was part of my job. I was an intel guy in the Army, intel analyst. So I kept up on the Soviet stuff. I kept up on their foolishness and their lies. It was kind of comical at times, and we were the good guys, they were the bad guys. However, it switched. RT, Russia Today, they're the ones telling the truth. They really are. They absolutely are telling the truth. And if you doubt me, you need to go watch RT for about a week and come away and then get back with me on how you think about that. But RT is absolutely telling the truth. But anyways, the laws here in the United States, I think around 2006, maybe 2007, I think it was at the end of Bush, W. Bush, he signed a National Defense Authorization Act called NSPD 51, which is National Security Presidential Directive number 51. That was part of the budget of, I think, 2006, 2007, which was the Pentagon's allotment of money. I read that. It has since been classified. What NSPD 51 does is it gives the President of the United States absolute power over everything in the country: food production, transportation, media and communications, the production, distribution of electricity, all roads, all bridges, even the courts. It gives him full, or her, full authority. And at the time, it seemed very, very tempting for Bush to use that to get us in more wars. And I was vocal about it then. Here's another part to this whole story. President Trump, I think in December of 2018, declared a national emergency to safeguard our elections. Okay? The United States is operating right now in an emergency situation. But you people out there, most of you people out there, have no idea what I'm talking about. NSPD 51 gives the President of the United States this kind of authority to do this. Okay, so this is going to happen. Trump is a legal beagle, a legal eagle, okay? He loves the courts. He loves suing people. We've all known Trump for 40 years. This is how he is. If someone spits in his face, he'll sue you and then take everything you've got and then chew you out and spit you out. I used to listen to Donald Trump on the Howard Stern show. He would call in. I mean, years and years, I've listened to this guy on the Stern show. He would eviscerate some of the Stern characters on that show. Stuttering John, I mean, he cut his I was going to say something bad, but some people, might be watching, so I'm not going to do any cursing, okay? But he completely castrated Stuttering John. In anybody and everybody, Trump has always been very honest. This is why I voted for him twice. This is why you voted for him, because Trump is he's an honest guy, okay? He's not a politician. He came into office on my vote, all right? These Democrats stole it. They engineered the voting. There's thousands of affidavits, people out there doing that. But the left, people on the left, my sisters, okay? My own family, and I know I've got friends out there who have the same situation. Family dividing lines over these issues. And it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. Not at all. What's going to happen is President Trump has declared an emergency. And it's based on the election integrity. 45 days after the election, the DNI, which is the Director of National Intelligence, has to submit a report to the president, giving a report on the status of the general election. Okay, this is why AG Barr hasn't done anything yet, because they're tabulating the information. They're getting everything together. Trump has run everything through the courts. Some of the judges, some of the courts aren't going to hear it. They're just perhaps bought off, perhaps scared, perhaps frightened. Now, I'll give you a precedence. If you've read anything in the Book of Mormon talks about judges, righteous judges, people of good character, down in the Book of Mormon times, who were murdered. They were killed because they were obeying the law of the land, the good law of the land, and the evil people tried to usurp the power and get over. The stories are very clear in that book. Now, I'm not here to talk about that or preach that or give an opinion on all that. I'm here to tell you what's going to happen. The courts are appearing to not favor Trump's legal action. What's going to happen is the United States military is going to act. They will obey the President of the United States, period, and they will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So the domestic enemies are Antifa, the BLM movement, this woman in Detroit, that black lady, screaming 2 days ago saying, Trump supporters were coming after you. The army's going to come get you. And then the very next day after that, she was saying, I want payback. Biden, Harris, we did your dirty work. I want payback. This is the exact kind of stuff that's happening. You've got these ignorant, low-life bottom feeders like that woman who did dirty work. Now she wants payment. Then you've got the other big buffoon in Georgia. I was going to say something else, but I decided not to. Down in Georgia with the I don't know, blue hair or green hair, that big fat black lady. Oh, I did say it. Sorry about that. She's under criminal investigation now. She's lawyered up. She's the one that brought the suitcase out from under the table and put thousands of ballots through multiple times after they kicked out the observers out of the election room in Fulton County, Georgia. This kind of stuff didn't go, it's not widespread. So the leftist media, when they're saying that there has been no widespread voter fraud, that is true. There's been targeted, selective, penetrating voter fraud issues in certain counties, in certain states, in certain cities to sway it, to make it go for the idiot Joe Biden. Now, Joe Biden's a pervert. He's a pedophile. He's the biggest piece of shit out there, okay? Watch his videos. Now, speaking of perversion, Trump put the perverts on notice that he's draining the swamp. He's getting rid of the pedophiles. All the Hollywood people, they're all folding. They're Tom Hanks. He moved to Greece. You know, I've been following the analysis of the military traffic over the past 2 weeks, and it's you know, the flight paths, it's sky high. That means there's way more flights going on. You know, Trump is going to win. He has won. The military will support him and defend the Constitution. And it will be proven that not all Democrats are this way. I assure you, there's a lot of good Democrats out there, okay? A lot of my family is Democrat, okay? And they're not bad people. But they watch the news. They watch Anderson Cooper. They watch Rachel Maddow. These people are doing no services to the American public. Matter of fact, they're doing a disservice to the American public by spewing all this hatred, and they're spinning their stories. I just read CNN.com of the Electoral College right now is voting, and the way they worded it is just complete wordsmith. There's no truth in reporting anymore. The former status that our media used to hold as being the fifth column, to be a bulwark of our republic, they're gone. Okay, the only good media source right now is Newsmax, OANN, and the Epic Times. All these guys I've been watching for months, even years. And what's also amazing is that we are now in the age of Aquarius, okay? That alone is a big deal. That means that Enlil is being shown the door. He's being kicked out, and his half-brother Enki is taking back charge. Enki, or if Enki's still alive, or one of Enki's sons, probably Ningishita, who is also known as Thoth, who is also known as Jesus Christ, okay? I'm telling you this because I know it in my heart, okay? And this is the other part that you people have to grasp. The most important thing that we can do And when we don't have the pure facts in front of us, we don't know what's really going on. We have to go within. We have to dive deep inside of our hearts and look inside and get the feeling. What is the feeling telling us? That is the backup mechanism that Enki put in all of humanity when he made us in the Garden of Eden. Okay? The feeling, the ability to choose based off of the heart. Now, do you know that the heart has a communication network? It's like a modem that you can communicate throughout all time and all space instantaneously. I have a connection with one person right now, okay? One person right now. I can think about this person, and this person will text me, vice versa, okay? This has been proven over 3 years, over 3 years, coupled with all of the, all this massive awareness and all this awakening of people worldwide. Social media is an invaluable tool to connect me and you of like-minded thinking and heart feeling thinking. We are coalescing, we are gathering. I mean, I'm meeting new people every day, just because of the vibrations I'm putting out and the vibrations I'm feeling. Just meet them, and we interact and we become friends. And so new family ties are established. And sadly, blood family ties are waning because of all this stuff going on. I actually think there's going to be a war, okay? I do. Another civil war, but it will be a revolutionary war, another revolutionary war, okay? And there's a lot of people out there that are going to be completely shocked when this happens. Completely shocked. They're going to blame Donald Trump. They're going to come after you and I, gun-owning, law-abiding citizens. And they're going to be pissed. They're going to be angry because they're going to feel betrayed, okay? Have faith, have belief, and know that Donald Trump has this. And he has friends. Vladimir Putin is a good guy, okay? He really is. And it doesn't matter what you think about me personally or professionally. I'm just telling you my thoughts, my feelings, and what I believe is going to happen. And there's going to be a lot of adjustments. A lot of people are going to be, as the scripture says, gnashing of your teeth, wailing, crying, and just pissed, just out of their head crazy. It's going to happen, and I don't want it to happen. I don't want to see my sisters and my cousins and my family members go down this path. But they've been telling me for 20 years that I'm crazy. Take my 9/11 positions. I haven't changed my tune one bit on 9/11. Not one bit. Okay? I'm preaching the same stuff that I talked about on September 12th, 2001. Same stuff. Nothing's changed. But this election stuff, this is bigger than 9/11. This is much more sneaky, much more dastardly. No one got killed really yet, but it's going to happen, okay? It's going to be some big, crazy stuff happening in the next 10 days. This coming Friday, the 18th, the DNI will report to President Trump what's going on. Trump is fully within his rights and his legal framework to declare to support the Constitution and to declare that all this crap is going on is illegal, immoral, unethical, and he's going to stomp it. Okay, it's going to be stomped out. This is why Nancy Pelosi and her wacko crew wanted to get rid of him, because they know they signed the law, NSPD 51, but they thought Hillary would be their girl, one of the good old people, okay? Trump was an outsider. They couldn't control him. He came in, he completely destroyed the establishment, and he's continuing to destroy it, which needs to be destroyed. It actually needs to be ripped up, start over again. Get rid of the FBI, get rid of the CIA, all this crap. Okay, I know about the FBI. That idiot special agent Shauna Dunlop down in Houston office, her 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 investigation into me and Captain May back in 2006, shameful. Shameful. The FBI cannot be trusted. Okay, they can't. They need to go bye-bye. CIA needs to go bye-bye. The United States military is the only ones that can solve this. Okay? Dr. Ziegler, Greg Ziegler, if he's still alive, I'm not sure, or Colonel Nelson, Colonel George C. Nelson, who recently died, these two gentlemen told me years ago, in 2006, when I became public, they said the only way we can get out of this mess is the military and the UCMJ. And you know what? It's right now. This week, next week, it's going to be happening. We got big things coming up, big glorious things. Okay, Gassara, that's probably going to be implemented by Donald Trump, I think, on Christmas Eve, and according to his tweets. And if you listen to his speech the other day about the Pfizer vaccine, it wasn't a play on words. Pfizer, Fzitser, Pfizer. That's the name of the drug company, and then Pfizer, Fisa. He wasn't playing when he mixed those words up. Okay, he's going to take the Pfizer vaccine, Fisa. That's good news for America. That's good news for America. Okay, folks, remember always to look up to the light. Look up to the light. Go within if you don't have solutions to your problems. Go within. Try to solve them yourself. This is the guidance. This is the advice that Thoth the Atlantean gave us on his emerald tablets. We have to obey them. We have to love one another. Even the demons that are trying to destroy us, or these people affected with this Trump derangement syndrome, they've lost their minds. They still need love, they still need attention, and they need care because they're going to fall hard. They're going to fall hard. When these clowns get out there in the streets with Chinese supplied weapons and try to man a crew serve weapon, and you get some well-trained Army Special Forces coming in, popping them down with rubber bullets, guess what? These little pansy asses are going to run. They're going to cut bait and run. There might be a few well-trained people, but you know what? They're going to be popped. They're going to be shot. They're going to be eliminated. They're going to be taken out and going to be put a toe tag on. Okay? Have faith, folks. Be good to one another. Be kind to one another. That's all I can say. Peace out. Love one another. Bye-bye.